Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everybody is well this week. As you can tell, I am doing much better. Thank you for everybody who asked how I was this week and who sent well wishes. The Bradford pears are still blooming gloriously here in Knoxville, but I'm a little bit better. Yeah, so I finally bailed and went to the doctor, and hey Lacey, and so mine is definitely allergies, but it had blossomed into something going on with my throat. Hey Sheila, so it was no wonder that I couldn't talk hardly at all last week. Anyway, hey Grace, and hey Mary, I started to say Larry Mary, hey Larry Mary, and hey Joyce, thank you guys. So thank you again to everybody who sent well wishes, and for those who encouraged me to go ahead and go on to the doctor, hey Kim, but sadly, now Jordan has strep throat. I did not give her strep throat. You can ask Vicki in case she shows up here, Vicki from the little clinic, in case she shows up here. Hey Sandra, hey Kathleen, hey Paula, and hey another Sandra. We've got dueling Sandras tonight, and hello Renee. Yeah, you can ask Vicki if she shows up tonight whether or not I had strep throat. Negative. Mine was negative, but now Jordan has it. Strep throat. So we're trying to stay away from Casey and Alyssa. Yeah, hey Lisa. Hey Betty, and hey Mary, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. Hey Janice, because I was chatting instead of saying hi. Hey Joy. And so today is March the 18th, and yesterday was John and my, however you say that. Hey Evie, hey Liz, and hey Lacey, and hey Nicole. It was our 29th wedding anniversary, and so we had a wild St. Patrick's night out. Yeah, we picked up some to go. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss some people. Hey Nicole, hey Donna, hey Carla, and hey Susan, and hey Kathy. We had a wild St. Patrick's. Y'all know we live in downtown Knoxville, and oh, and Nicole wants to know how the marshmallows worked. Okay, they were so hard. Mom were so hard that they didn't work, but I got to eat a marshmallow. So hey Claudie, hey Kim, and hey my Christy. But yeah, so we live in. Oh, wait a minute. Kathy says aloha from Oahu. Woo, Kathy, that's exciting. I've been to Oahu. It is lovely. It is absolutely lovely. And Nicole, I tried the marshmallows, so I didn't buy any fluff until today. Yeah. Hey Ruth. Hey Melanie. And thank you, Paul. Oh, thank you everybody for the anniversary wishes. Hey Teresa. But yeah, so we live in downtown Knoxville, and there was a pub crawl down here last night. So because we are so wild and crazy, hey Merlene, we went down to a little place down on the corner. Hey Randy, and got oh, thank you, Melissa. Melissa says I sound so much better. And we got takeout and came back and watched Frozen for the first time ever. Hey, Dina. And hey, Kathy. Okay, I'm going to sidetrack. Hello, Dina, and hey, Kathy. It is Kathy's first time with us, and that's Kathy, K-A-T-H-Y. So everybody tell Kathy, hey, it's her first time live with us. We're so glad you're here. But yeah, so we watched Frozen because we're wild and crazy like that. So that's what we did for our 29th, wedding anniversary. But anyway, but we loved it. And hey, Carol, hey, Tina. And Casey says she's here, but she may not talk much because Alyssa is fussy. Okay, let me just make a comment to the YouTube people real quick. YouTube people, when you're watching this later, YouTube people, I will put down at the bottom when the actual content starts so that you don't have to listen to all the chit chat unless you just want to. We have a lot of people here with us live from YouTube. So if you want to hear me say hey to everybody and watch everybody say hey to each other, then you can join us now. But if not, I promise YouTube people I will put in the comments when the actual chat starts so that you don't have to listen to all the hey hellos. Okay. So back to Alyssa for just a second. Everyone has been asking for an Alyssa update, and Papa John tells me that she is 12 weeks old today. Is that right, Casey? That doesn't seem right, but because it doesn't seem like she should already be 3 months old. Hey, Sybil. But anyway, he counted up the weeks, and he says it's 12 weeks. So, Casey, if you could chime in and let us know. Yeah, is it 12 weeks? Hey, Diane. Yeah, and she is growing like a weed. Hey, Janet. Yeah, so anyway, she's growing like a weed, and her favorite new thing to do now is to use her feet and punch her mommy, kind of punch her mommy in the chest. So I don't know if she's going to be a soccer star or, or what's going on. But anyway, she's growing like a weed. So you have to follow me on Instagram if you want to see a lot of pictures of her, because I don't post a whole lot of them here because we're supposed to be talking about Weight Watchers. But yeah, Casey thinks it's 11 weeks. Okay, I'll let y'all work on the math on that because I'm not good at math. But anyway, so yeah, so if you want to see tons of pictures of Alyssa, you'll have to follow me on Instagram. And on Instagram, it's just If You Have an Egg. But anyway, hey Teresa. Okay, so a couple of things we need to go over. Today is Sunday and it is March the 18th. So if you were watching this with us live on March the 18th, hello, we're live. And if you're not, I'll just have to say hello to you later. So a couple of things before we get started. Debbie, if you are here, thank you very much. We got them. We already have one on the refrigerator, and I'm sure the other one will go on the vehicle that we are taking down there to see you in a few months. But anyway, thank you very much, Debbie. Debbie in Orlando, thanks for hooking us up, because you know we need these. Okay, and Dusty's already crying, but I'm not picking him up. So he's already crying to get up and see you all, but he's just gonna have to wait a few minutes. Okay, and hey Valentina, hey Janet, and hey Sherry. So, 11, oh, okay, we have a correction. John says, Papa John says 11 is correct. Yeah. Oh, and Christy says you need to give the year. We've been at this for a year. Well, yeah, I guess we have. Okay, it's 2018. So for my Christy, I'll let everybody know that this is March 18th. Well, and Christy, well, okay. Okay, only every not 7 years. However often it is with leap years, will it be this time, will it be this day again? But anyway, so this is March 18th, 2018, if you're not watching this with us live. Okay, and if you're watching this later on YouTube, please don't forget to like, let me think, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sure there's something else that I'm forgetting, but pretty please subscribe. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers somehow. I don't know how, but almost 2,000 on YouTube, and nothing magical happens at 2,000. It's just exciting for me. It's a fun game that I play when I wake up in the middle of the night at 2:30 and 3 o'clock in the morning, drowning in a pool of sweat. Don't know why. I always check to see how many YouTube followers there are. I don't know why. Anyway, so we're getting pretty close. We're like 30 something away. It's entertainment for me. You got to give me something. Yeah. Okay. So a couple of other things. Yeah. So thank you for the well wishes. Thank you for the anniversary wishes. We had some really sweet ones. I'm going to talk about a little bit of food before we get started. So I can't remember if we talked about this one, if we've talked about this one before, but the edamame hummus, got some more of it today. I got this at Publix, and I've also seen it at Kroger. Don't know what kind of stores y'all have, but the Lantana edamame hummus is for 2 tablespoons. It's 3 smart points, so it's a little bit higher than some of the other, hummuses that I buy, but it's really, really good. It's got a really nice flavor to it. And just wanted to let you know that I'm continuing on my mini goal. My mini goal from a couple of weeks ago was to make, pack, and eat my lunch every single day. And last week was kind of a bust. I did eat something every day, but since I was sick and it was hard to swallow, again, I did not have strep throat. And yes, Christy, I know black bean hummus is 1 point. I know, but I wanted this one this week. But since I didn't feel good last week, I kind of just, let's see, Jordan got me, she got me the chicken noodle soup from Chick-fil-A one day, and that felt really good going down. But yeah, I didn't eat a lot last week. So I've already got mine and Casey's lunch packed for next week, and it does have the edamame hummus in it, and it has a sandwich thin and some ham and a tablespoon of my leftover Trader Joe's jalapeno artichoke dip. So it ended up being, I think it was a 6 point lunch, but those are already packed and ready for us for tomorrow. And I didn't know if you all have ever seen these. This is the first time that I've seen these, and YouTube people, yes, I know it's backwards. But I found when I was looking for my Dannon Light and Fit non-fat plain Greek yogurt to make some more of my pudding drop cookies, and yes, I know I have to get those recipes posted or y'all gonna kill me, but remember I was sick, so I get a pass. Maybe I should have gotten Vicky to write me a pass from posting recipes while I was sick. But anyway, I didn't know if y'all have ever seen these or not, but they're the Light and Fit. I do like Dannon Light and Fit. It has a nice flavor to it. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have an aftertaste like some of them do, but these are little tiny ones, and these are only 1 Freestyle Smart Point. So I'm going to take these to work, these little tiny, containers, take those to work so that I'll have a 1 Smart Point snack at work. And then we talked about these a couple of weeks ago. Thank you, Sybil's writing me a pass for the week. Thank you, Sybil. We talked about these a couple of weeks ago. These are the unique pretzel shells. They're hollow on the inside. And these are, oh no, Carol's son has been suffering from a nasty sore throat too, and they finally went to the doctor today, and he has mono. Oh, I'm sorry, Carol. Yeah, at least I didn't have that. Okay, Sybil wants to know what flavor are the Dannon Light and Fit. Those are just vanilla. They're vanilla. I didn't see any others. But these are the unique original pretzel shells, and for 12 of them, it's 3 smart points. And y'all are talking so fast that you may have to help each other in there in case I don't see everything. But we had those, and I couldn't figure out what I was going to dip them with. And somehow I thought that they were already hollow. They're not already hollow. But look what I found today. So we were talking to Nana today. We went to see Nana, and we were talking to her about hummus, about when was the last time she had had hummus. And she said it had been a while and that she'd like to have some. And I asked her if she'd ever had chocolate hummus, and she said no. Well, today at Publix, and this is the only time I've ever seen it. I haven't looked for it anywhere else because this is literally the first time I've seen it. I've seen chocolate hummus before, but this is, oh, where did I get the, someone wants to know where I got the pretzel shells again. I got those a couple of weeks ago at Fresh Market. And there were several people, hey Kathy, and there were several people that chimed in a couple of weeks ago that they had had them and where they had found them from. Let me see. I gotta fix something real quick here because I gotta read, Kathy reminded me I gotta read something and it just minimized itself. Okay, so Tina wants to know, can I post the name of the pretzels because she couldn't read it. So if somebody can post this for me, they're called, the brand name is Unique. It's U-N-I-Q-U-E, Unique, and it's original pretzel shells. So I know this is backwards, but if somebody can type that for her, it's Unique pretzel shells. And so the chocolate hummus, I've had it before. I've had the boar's head before. Oh, Carol says she's on my Costco. Awesome. This one, though, is dessert hummus, and I honestly can't tell who it's by. It says DB in the middle of it, and it's brownie batter hummus. Brownie batter hummus. It is 4 smart points for 2 tablespoons, so they're not low. It's not low in smart points, but it's delicious. So look what I did. I made a little teeny tiny bowl of them. Okay, and Sybil says Fresh Market is related to Whole Foods, right? I think it's completely separate. But so I did 1 tablespoon of the brownie batter chocolate hummus. So that's that's 2 smart points for 1 tablespoon. And then I did 8 of the little pretzel things. And here, I'll try one for you. I did 8 of the little pretzel things, and that was also 2 smart points. So it's 4 smart points for this little snack. I know that's not very much food, but watch. Yeah, it's worth it. It's very chocolatey. If you like Nutella, you're gonna like this. Okay, so there is that. Now, we actually have to try quite a few things tonight, so sorry, I'm gonna be eating. Okay, what I've done here is gonna make sense when we get to the very end of tonight's chat. I'm sorry, wait, I have to show you one more thing before it melts. Okay, Popcorn Karen goes on and on. Okay, Lacey wants to know, does it taste like hummus? No, Lacey, it tastes like Nutella. It tastes like Nutella. It is so good. And Sybil's exactly right. She said it's worth it to get a chocolate fix. It is so worth it. And in some bizarre and strange way, it's actually kind of good for you because, you know, it's hummus. Okay, Popcorn Karen in our closed group goes on and on and on and on and on about Enlightened ice cream. Okay, we haven't had any Enlightened. I haven't been able to find Enlightened. Well, occasionally I'll see like 2 flavors, and it wasn't worth it to me to try it for 2 flavors. Well, Publix today had Enlightened 2 for $5.79. What is this, a pint? 2 pints for $5.79. Not 1, but 2. So I sent a quick video, and of course I did it so fast nobody could answer me, but I went ahead and decided I chose the Enlightened Cold Brew, if you can see that. This is the cold brew, and it's 60 calories, and it is for a half of a cup. It's 2 smart points, and this one is the Enlightened 100 calories. It is brownies and cookie dough, and for a half of a cup, it is 4 smart points. I was pleasantly surprised when I opened the top of it. Oh, hi, Connie. Hello. She says, I love to watch you on Sunday nights. This is my meeting. Thank you. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, that little chunk wasn't already out of it. I had to try it. Okay, but I went ahead and got those 2. And so for my treat, okay, well they didn't have, okay, Joyce says she loves the salted caramel. They did not have that. And, oh, and Casey said, I need to know, did you get some to share with me and Alyssa? If y'all come over here, maybe. Maybe I'll share. Maybe. Okay. So, before the chat started, and I know this is going to be hard to see, but before the chat started, I made one of my air fryer baked apples, and the recipe for the air fryer baked apples is already on the blog. It's www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So, in case he says betrayal. So, for my treat after the chat, because y'all know I have it, because I don't really eat anything before the treat. I'm going to be eating a couple of things during the treat, though. I'm going to have an air fryer, one of my air fryer baked apples, and 2 scoops of the enlightened brownies and cookie dough. And ta-da, this is what it's going to look like. So, I hope y'all can see that. I hope you can see it. So it's an air fryer baked apple, and the air fryer baked apple, the way I made it tonight, is 1 smart point, and the brownies and cookie dough, if I go ahead and do a 1/2 cup, what I put on there was a 1/4 cup, but if I go ahead and do a 1/2 cup, then that'll be 4 smart points, oh, excuse me, and that'll be a 5 smart point snack for tonight. Okay, let me put a little bit of this up real quick. So chat amongst yourselves for just a second. I'm actually going to put this back in here and refreeze it so it doesn't melt. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves, and if you need that recipe, if you need the recipe for the air fryer baked apple, it's already on the blog, IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, just www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. I'll be right back. I don't want my ice cream to melt. Okay. Now, the next thing, the thing that I almost skipped to prematurely, okay, this will make so much more sense when we get to the very end of our chat. Hey, Debbie. Okay, Debbie, you're late, because I already told everybody, I already said, thank you, Debbie. Thank you for our surprises. We were very excited to get them. There's already one of them on the refrigerator, and I'm sure the other one will be on the vehicle that transports us down to see you here in just a couple of months. But anyway, thank you. This is sign language for thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you very much. We were very, very excited to get them. Yeah, it's the little things in life. So yeah. Okay, this will make so much more sense when we get to the end of our chat. But I'm going to go ahead and taste them now, and just so I can taste them. But when we get to the end of our chat, loop back around. Let's loop back around to these eggs. So this one is, so you know my scotch, my bacon scotch eggs recipe. Oh, Debbie, John and I might be sneaking down there sooner than later, but we'll have to check in with you on that, you know, separately. But for sure, we're bringing Casey, Alan, and Alyssa the 16th through the, I think it's the 16th through the 22nd or something like that. And if John's listening, he can probably tell us how many days that is. But anyway, so we'll circle back around to the eggs. But to start with, these are my scotch, my bacon scotch eggs. This one is the recipe that's on the blog. So this one is on www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and so that one's already on the blog. And you can look it up when you go to www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Just search, if you search scotch, I promise none of my other recipes are made with scotch or about scotch, so that's the only recipe that'll pop up. So that one's the regular one. This one, so that's made with regular bacon. That's made with Applegate, regular uncured bacon, or Trader Joe's uncured bacon, regular bacon. And these are 1 smart point. This one is made with Applegate turkey bacon, and it's 0 smart points. And this one is made with, oh, already forgot what it was called. I'll have to come back to that. Anyway, it's meatless bacon. So this one is made with meatless bacon, and it is also 1 smart point. And we'll circle back around to this. So remember to ask me about the eggs. We're going to try them when we get to that part in the chat, but that's for the very end. That's for the very end of the chat. So remind me to circle back around to it. Okay. Who remembers what last week's homework was? I ask y'all this every week, so this is not a surprise that I'm asking you what the homework is. You all should all already be sitting there waiting to, you know, to tell me what your homework was. What was your homework from last week? Well, first I forgot to ask, who attended a meeting last week? So, who attended a meeting? Thumbs up if you attended a meeting in person, or if you attended our meeting here last week. Give me a thumbs up so I can give you a Bravo sticker. Oh yeah, and a lot of you remember what your homework was. Goals, mini goals. Yep. Oh, and lots of thumbs up. So you YouTube people or people watching this later on Facebook, there's lots of thumbs ups going by. So a lot of people attended a meeting. Okay, everybody who attended a physical meeting, or if you attended our meeting here, here's your Bravo stickers. Okay, oh, and Chris says she's been ditching class, so someone please catch her up. This is actually the perfect week for you to be caught up. Yeah, it's the perfect week for you to be caught up. So last week, we talked about setting goals for success, and I asked everybody to make, so remember, if you attend a physical meeting, always grab your weekly, and if you don't, oh, hey, Grace, it's Grace's first time here, so we have to pause for a second. And everybody say hello to Grace. And Grace, here's a Bravo sticker for your first time. So everybody say hello to Grace. It's Grace. And Grace, sorry, I'm having East Tennessee allergies. I'm getting much better, but if I cough a little bit, I apologize. I don't usually sound like this. Yay, awesome. Okay, and Susan gave us a Bravo sticker. So yeah, everybody gets Bravo stickers for going. So if you attend a physical meeting, always grab your weekly. If you don't attend a physical meeting, but if you do Weight Watchers online, you need to log in online, and then you can go down to the bottom and you can see the topic for the week. You can print this out. It's the exact same format. It's just in a bigger, you know, it's in a regular size sheet of paper, but always grab your weekly. Last week we talked about setting goals for success, and we're not going to rehash all of that, but I want to read you something. Well, okay, I don't know which order I want to do this in. I guess I'm going to ask first, who did their homework? Who set a mini goal? So give yourself a thumbs up if you set a mini goal. And remember, a mini goal can just be a mini goal. So the one that I set for this week, the mini goal that I set, the mini goal that I set, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago, before we even started talking about goals, and that's lots of thumbs ups. Good job, girls, ladies, and I think we're all ladies here tonight. So the mini goal that I had set for a couple of weeks ago was to take and eat my lunch all 5 days that week at work, and I did it. So that, so mini goal crushed. Then last week it was to make it for 10 minutes on the elliptical without dying. Mini goal crushed. This week I was sick all week, so thank goodness the mini goal that I set for this week was one that Casey and I don't do until Saturday. Oh, is there a guy here? Carla says there's a guy here. If you're the guy, shout out. Hey Tina, you're not late. We really just started talking. But thank goodness the mini goal that I set for this week is one that Casey and I do on Saturdays, so that I could be all healed up and better before we made it to the mini goal. And that one, oh, hey Todd. Oh, okay, so it's Carla's husband Todd. Hey, Carla's husband Todd. But we, so Saturday, the mini goal, mine and Casey's mini goal for this week. And if you all set a mini goal, keep doing thumbs ups. You kind of petered off, so keep doing a thumbs up if you set a mini goal. So anyway, my mini goal for this week was I wanted to increase either the repetitions or the weight. And Casey and I do the Planet Fitness 30-minute express workout. We do that on Saturdays, and this was our 3rd Saturday doing it. So since it's our 3rd one, the mini goal that I set for us for this week was to either increase the repetitions or to up the weight. And I want to say, mini goal crushed. Hey, Todd. So he came on. Hey, Todd, how are you? Everybody say hi to Todd. Say hi to Carla's husband, Todd. But yeah, mini goal crushed. So everybody who crushed your mini goal, give yourself a heart. So the thumbs ups were if you set a mini goal, but if you crushed your mini goal this week, heart. Heart, heart, heart. Yeah. So, mini goal crushed. Casey and I did it. I'm not going to pretend like there wasn't some squawking and some weird faces. And yeah, and if you crushed your mini goal, post it. Susan said she walked her hill. Awesome. Yeah, and I'm going to read y'all one here in just a second. I have permission to read it. Thank you very much, Kathy. But yeah, there was a little bit of squawking, and this morning Casey and I both were complaining a little bit. We did, and Christy, it's, yeah, sad faces, okay. Angry faces, I don't know. Angry faces, if there's too many of them, you get some kind of, I don't know, apparently the chat can get shut down if you have too many angry faces. But anyway, so if you crushed your mini goal, and Donna says goal crushers, yep, we are goal crushers. Yeah, so give yourself a heart. Hey, Janice. So give yourself a heart. Ruth walked 2 miles. Awesome, Ruth. Yeah. So if you crushed your mini goal, go ahead and shout it out. Sybil drank at least 64 ounces of water every day. Every day. So that means she probably got some extra steps in, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Joyce had a successful goal. She made a new veggie recipe. We're going to want to hear about that later. Yep. Nicole's was just to get back. And we're going to talk about that tonight. Yeah, just getting back. And Mindy's setting one right this minute for next week. You can have a mini goal every single week. Yeah, you can have a mini goal every single week. And Casey and I do too. It's not always about working out. Mine and Casey's is not always about working out, but since we're fairly new to Planet Fitness, that's kind of what we've revolved, made them revolve around. So awesome. You all keep posting those. There's a whole bunch of those, coming up. So I want y'all to keep adding those because everybody else can still read them. Okay, and there's Kathy's. So right here's Kathy's. She said and I'm going to read hers specifically. Her mini goal was to post in our group, in our closed group, every day for 1 week. And she did it. She posted something every single day for 1 week. And I think she actually had fun with it. I know I had fun with it. I enjoyed reading all of them, and they were all different. So if you're in our closed group, if you're in our If You Have an Egg closed group, I encourage you to go back and search. You can go within the group and you can search on Kathy's name. It's Kathy. And you can search on that and find her 7 posts for the 7 days. If you're not in our closed group, Jordan has it down to a semi-manageable number now. It's still like 900 and something, but we're doing better. We're being... we're doing better. And Nicole says, how do I see if I am on the closed group? Nicole, if you're, okay, so what we're on right now, this is an open Facebook page. This is not a group. So you would have to search for the If You Have an Egg group. And when we get off of here tonight, I will post the link. So if you all want to be in the closed group, click on the link, unless Casey's still here somewhere or somebody that can post it for me. But you'll have to click on the link, and when you, wait, what happened? What happened? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. We were talking about Janice. So, Janice, hopefully this week, Janice, hopefully the chat this week is going to help you, and I'm so sorry. I know. Janice has had a hard week, and she needs this week, and she needs us, and she needs our support, and so, yeah. I know it's been a really, really hard week for Janice. So I'm so glad that you all are here for her, and that's what this is all about. When people say, "Why do you go to meetings?" or why do you have meetings? This is why I go to a meeting and I attend a meeting, and this is why we have these meetings on Sunday nights, because I need you all, and obviously we need each other. So thank you all so much for reaching out to Janice. That's very sweet of you, and this is awesome. I hope you all flood. Seriously, I hope you all flood the comments with love for Janice. That would make me very happy, and y'all are making me very happy right now because you all are doing that. Okay, so I'll keep talking because the YouTube people are going to smack me here in just a second. So if you want to be in our closed group, and please keep talking to Janice, you all are making me really happy right now. So if you want to be in our closed group, I will, and I've linked all the different little color hearts, but anyway, I'll post the link to that later, unless somebody's here that can do that. And then you'll have to answer 3 questions. We will not let you in unless you answer the 3 questions. And even if you just put, watch the chat, or saw you on the chat or whatever, then we'll let you in just so that we know that you're a real human. Because believe it or not, we have people that get in, that try to come into the group, and y'all are making me so happy. But anyway, keep talking to Janice. But we have people that try to get in the group for some bizarre reason that either are not real people. I don't know if they're trying to sell something. I don't know what they're doing, but that's how we at least know that you're, semi-real. We did have one little issue last week or week before last that we had somebody invite a friend in, and since they had been invited by somebody else, then we went ahead and accepted them because we thought, oh, okay, if a friend has added them, they must want to be here. And apparently she didn't want to be here or in the closed group. So if you have a friend that you think needs the closed group, you might want to check with them before you recommend them, because she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy that she got recommended, so I think she's gone. But anyway, we'd have loved to have had her if she wanted to stay, but I think she's gone. Okay. So I'm going to read Kathy's final post from this week. So remember, Kathy, her mini goal was to write something in our closed group every day for 7 days. Hey, Rashid. So this is what it says. Day 7 of a 7-day commitment. Last Sunday during Kelly, and this is from Kathy in our closed group. Day 7 of a 7-day commitment. Last Sunday during Kelly's live chat, I made a commitment to post something the entire week. Today is the last day, and it's been fun. For today, I choose to talk about honesty. With freestyle, there is no need to weigh or measure 0 Smart Point foods. The first month, I struggled with freestyle because to me, 0 meant free for all. And she did, little air quotes. Free for all. Eat until you can't move. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Eat all you want, it doesn't count. Green light for binging, etc. Is this hitting home for anybody? Is this sounding familiar? Etc. But I wasn't being honest with myself. I knew better, but I wanted to put my spin on it, and then wondered why the scale wouldn't budge. Sounds like a lot of us, doesn't it? Okay, I played other games too. I would eat something and check the points. If it was 8 points, I would say to myself, are they crazy? That's not 8 smart points. It wasn't even that good. I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. Apparently, I thought it was an auction. Okay, at this point, I am crying and laughing all at the same time. All at the same time. Oh, and apparently I missed Popsicle coming in. Hello, Popsicle. 4 ounces of ground turkey, 99% is 0. 4 ounces of ground turkey, 93%, and 93% fat-free, 7% fat is 4 SP. 93% is so much cheaper than 99%. If there wasn't such a price difference, I'd get the 99%, but I can't. Good intentions should still count for something. Now remember this, she's still having her little, come to Kathy moment. Portions. I know what a serving size is, but it's easy to play games with that too. Fruits and veggies equal 0, but which apple is really 1 serving of fruit? And one more question, which one would you choose? Bottom line, it works if you honestly work with it. In 3 weeks, I'll be celebrating 9 years at goal. 9 years. It's been a fun week. Thank you for allowing me to share. Okay, so Kathy, bravo stickers, girl, 9 years. So I want you all to just stop and think for a second. Okay, first of all, she set a mini goal, and her mini goal was, some people would say easy. Some people would say easy. All she had to do was type something every day for the week. But she came up with something unique, something heartfelt, something funny, all 7 days. All 7 days of that week. It meant so much to me. I know it means so much to you all, but I want you all to listen. 9 years. 9 years, and she still has moments like this. So for the people, that's exactly the lead-in into this week. 9 years. So people that are thinking, whew, well, I messed up today, I might as well throw in the towel, or I'll never get this right, or I'll never figure this out, or I'll never, or whatever, and I have those moments, I have those moments where I think, well, I messed that up, and instead of just, taking the bum tire off the car and fixing it and putting on a new one, sometimes I like to kind of go ahead and run the car off in the ditch, flip it over, and then set it on fire. So that's what even lifetime members, we still have days like that. Kathy has proven 9 years in a row. 9 years in a row, she has proven that she is a successful lifetime member with Weight Watchers, and she still has moments like that. That gives people like me hope. Yeah, that gives me a lot of hope. So, Kathy, that is a perfect lead-in to today. Hey, Rose. That is a perfect lead-in to today. So, when I'm not gonna lie, this week's meeting, okay. Once again, I needed it. It is like Weight Watchers is, I don't know. It's just like they're following me around and saying, oh, what's Kelly going to do next week? Because that's what we're going to make the topic about. And Janice says, I can't even stay on track for 1 week. Janice, try to stay on track for 1 day. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. And we're going to talk about that. I'm very serious. Try to stay on track for 1 day. Don't try to stay on track for a whole week. You have way too much going on right now for you to be worrying about all this other stuff. So try to stay on track for 1 day. Let's just start with 1 day. Okay, but anyway, so it was like they meant this for me. So I was sick last week. So I had all these grand ideas. We were going to have Wego week. Well, I made it 4 days of Wego week. 4 days. And that was a stretch. The 4th day, I didn't even make it that day. I couldn't. I felt so bad. My throat hurt so bad. I couldn't even, and that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad when you can't even muster up enough energy to make a Wego. But that's how that I felt. But I had to keep going to work. I couldn't stop going. We had other sick people, and so I just had to, muster through it. But, so I needed to bounce back big time, because it would have been really easy to say, well, okay, I had, 5 days that I didn't feel good, 5 days before I started taking my antibiotic. Actually I was on, my throat had been tender for 6 days before I went. So it would have been really easy just to throw in the towel and say, forget it. I haven't felt good for all this time. I'm not going to be, I'm just going to throw in the towel, and I'm not even going to try between now and Tuesday. I've probably had, and this is not a lie. This part of it's not a lie. I have probably had, I don't know. Let me think. Probably 30 points this week in cough. Oh, probably more than that. 30, 45, whatever points in cough drops. I've just been living off of heated up peanut butter on bagel thins with a banana, because that's all I could muster up. And Lisa says she's looking forward to her Wego shirt. Thank you, everybody that ordered one yesterday. But anyway, Jordan got me soup one day. And Jordan's here with us now. She's supposed to be sleeping. She's supposed to be sleeping and getting over her strep throat. And I hope you're taking your antibiotic. But anyway, so she brought me chicken noodle soup one day. But I just was all week. Well, it would have been really easy to say, well, I've already blown, 4 days this week, 4 days of this week after weigh-in. Oh, yay. And she says she's feeling like a human again. Yay. Yay for little humans. And just say, forget it. I'll just start over again on Wednesday. But guess what the topic was? Hey, Jackie. The topic was bouncing back. Yeah. So, yeah. Way to stick that in my face, after I already don't feel good. And I had gone to the little clinic on Tuesday night, and Tuesday night is my meeting night. So I was sitting there thinking, I don't feel good. I just want to go home and go to bed, but I'm already this far, over here. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my meeting. Great. It's about bouncing back. I just want to go home and go to bed. They want me to look like this lady on the front. Okay. but a couple of antibiotics in, and I started to feel like this lady on the front. So let's just talk about this a little bit because we have lots of time left tonight. So, okay, so bouncing back, this is your weekly for this week. And Lacey, I don't really understand your question. What was the changes? What was the changes programs they had? You have to clarify because I'm not sure what you're asking me. But this is your weekly for this week. Get one. If you went to a weekly meeting, go back and print it off. If you didn't attend a weekly meeting, okay. So let's just read a little bit. Because this again sounds like me, so I'm thinking that they're just like in my head or listening to me or something. Because this is the third week I think the third or the fourth week in a row that I've been, really? This is about me. And our pastor used to do that sometimes. He would preach a sermon and I would think, has he been reading my email or been reading my text messages? Because that sounds a whole lot like the discussions I was having last week. Okay, so listen to Huda. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so we're going to pronounce it Huda. Listen to Huda's story and see if it sounds familiar. Houston member Huda was doing great on her Weight Watchers plan, steadily shedding the weight she'd gained after her pregnancy. Then Hurricane Harvey hit last summer. Her home flooded, and she and her husband fled with their little boy to a relative's house, wading through knee-high water. I didn't even pack my scale. It was so difficult to stay focused, she says, because my life felt so chaotic. My eating got a little chaotic too. I found myself eating out of comfort. Huda also stopped tracking. I'd been tracking every day for months, and now it felt like I was rebelling against my better self. I don't want to do it, and you can't make me. I don't want to do it, and you can't make me. Does that sound familiar? So there was nothing else she could do. She can't control a hurricane. She can't control the fact that her house is flooded. I mean, there's nothing she can do. All she can do is grab her family, as many things as they can. Thank goodness she had a relative's house to go to. She can't control anything else about this situation. So for a brief moment, even though she had been tracking every single day for months and she knew what to do, for just a moment, I don't know if y'all know this, but sometimes if you can't control something else, you'll control something weird. That's like anorexics. They're not, it's because something else in their life or many other things in their life are just berserk. And the only thing they can control is food. So it's not about the food, it's about the control. So she rebelled a little bit. Who could blame her? It's a hurricane. She just, her house is maybe gone. And she said, her self-rebelling, I don't want to do it and you can't make me. Okay, but then setbacks happen to all of us, though maybe not at hurricane force, but whether it's a missed meeting, an unplanned eating, skipping your morning walk, just think that happened every day last week while I was sick, or not tracking, what else didn't I do while I was sick? Yeah. Lapses like these are temporary. Temporary. That means not forever. That means they're not for the rest of your life. They don't even have to be for the rest of the week. They're temporary when you identify, accept, and move past them. So they want us to think of a setback as a time when an old, unhelpful behavior popped up again. But a setback can also be a sign of success. Your new behaviors have embedded themselves. So if you've been doing this for a little while, your new behaviors, I'm sorry, Nicole actually is speaking to me right now. So Nicole says, does anybody else ever just feel resentful that they have to track when everyone else around them doesn't? I do, but when I see the scale go up, 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 and back I come tracking, I say no more. I can't read the rest of it because I would have to touch it and that might, take you all off. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly a situation like this. So, sadly, I have a new friend that is on a diet that I did eons ago. I mean, eons ago. I'm trying to even decide if Casey was already born. And so when I'm tracking and I'm thinking, oh gosh, poor pitiful me. Nobody else has to track. Everybody else gets to have fun. Everybody else gets to do what they want to do. Then I stop and remember, How many times did I do Jenny Craig and I couldn't eat out with anybody because I had to buy that silly food, or I ran out of that silly food, or that wasn't what I wanted? And then I think, I am more than happy to track my brownie chocolate hummus. I am more than happy to write down those 2 points for that 1 tablespoon that I'm going to eat so that I can have some actual real food. How many times did I, when I was on this really old, way back program called Physicians Weight Loss, how many days did I think I would kill for a piece of bread, or I would kill for a piece of cheese, or a piece of ham, or an apple, because they so restricted our calories and what we ate. There was no way you could eat anything else. And y'all have heard me say before that on Fridays of the week when I was doing that, you know, I would be really good all week long. And then on Friday I would go berserk because I hadn't had any real food all week. So I love that I can eat bread. I love that mine and Casey's lunch for tomorrow has bread on it. And I love that our lunch has delicious hummus on it, and it's got some carrots in it. And I'm leaving enough points that we can have, you know, we're going to have a very nice dinner for tomorrow night. I also want to mention really quickly, it has nothing to do with this week's topic, but I keep meaning to tell you all, have you heard of split tracking? And split tracking is for people that, Nicole says, I love bread. And then she said, sorry, my inner Oprah came out. That's actually what I thought when you said that, but I wasn't going to say anything. But split tracking, like whatever your biggest meal is, so if your biggest meal of the day is dinner and you're having trouble saving enough points for dinner, go ahead and track dinner as your first meal and then track breakfast and lunch as your second meal. And you can track that, you know, the night before. Anyway, split tracking can help with that. Okay, so let's talk about, because I do have a story to tell you all. So let's talk a little bit about this. So think of a time when you had a setback, and a setback might be small. So I was sick all last week, and that wasn't really small, but it was a little bit small. So the setback was I didn't feel good, and another setback to kind of add on top of that one was I really didn't feel like making my lunch. I legitimately did not feel like making my lunch. It wasn't a, I'm sick and I don't want to make my lunch. I honestly did not feel like making my lunch. And I sure didn't feel like making Casey's lunch because I've been making our lunch 3 days a week. So, and I could have gone berserk, and I could have gone, completely off the ranch, and again, flipped the, and that's funny, y'all are talking about tracking, slacking. Yeah, tracking, slacking's, yeah, that's a thing. But I could have just gone completely off the ranch, and again, set everything on fire or whatever. But instead, I tried, one day I ate canned chicken noodle soup. One day I ate canned SpaghettiOs, which weren't the best choice, for food, but the whole can of SpaghettiOs, I think it was 12 smart points for an entire can of SpaghettiOs. Now, would I have chosen something else, would I have eaten 12 points for lunch? Probably not, but I really wasn't eating much and I needed to eat something. It felt good on my throat. It was only 12 points, and it was a whole lot better than some other decisions I could have made when I don't feel good. And then that other day, Jordan got me the chicken noodle soup, and she got me the big one from Chick-fil-A, and that was 5 smart points. And I went ahead and crushed up all the crackers that they sent and put them in there. And so I think it made it 7 smart points, if I'm not mistaken. Did I feel guilty about eating all that chicken noodle soup? No, I didn't feel good. And again, it was so... Sybil's daughter just asked what SpaghettiOs are? What? How does she not know what that is? I used to live on SpaghettiOs. My parents were cheap. We used to eat SpaghettiOs or a potato out of the garden every single day for lunch. Yeah, but anyway, so the chicken noodle soup felt good going down. And guess what? When I was done eating it, I didn't feel guilty because we made a decent choice, and we got right back on. So, yes, Jordan, I had SpaghettiOs and meatballs one day. Yeah, I did. So, but I bounced back. We went to I'm feeling better now. We went to the store. I didn't say, forget it. I'm just gonna, I'm already off track. I'm just gonna go ahead and blow it. For the rest of the week. So you know, I bounced back. The medicine helped a lot. So did the prayers. Thank you very much. But I did bounce back. Okay, one of the things that they talk about, though, in this week's weekly, and hopefully I'm not going to have to get my cough drop, but I may have to. Okay, I think all of y'all need to do this, but I'm going to show you a shorter way, a shorter thing first. So y'all know how much I love my index cards, and these are special index cards because they are Disney. And these, so we may have to do the cough drop. Sorry. Okay. So these are special index cards because they're Disney, and they are index cards that Kim got for me. Kim sent to me in a really sweet little Valentine's package that she made. So I took these index cards and I kind of like took a little baby bite, a little baby chunk out of what they had asked us to do in our meeting this week. Because again, I didn't feel good. Hey, Marlene. So I didn't feel good. So I couldn't bite off the big assignment that they had given us in our meeting this week. So instead, I took little baby bites and handled it that way. Sorry, I'm really trying to not cough. Okay, so I took my cute little index cards because I know this is something that I'm likely to keep near me, on me, and actually pull out. And I know this is backwards, but like on this one, I wrote, read me in big letters, when you are stuck in a plateau. That's a common setback for me. And that's a common one. That's a common one that I want to go, oh, you know, and give up over. So that was why I did this one first. So that was for me. And I cannot wait to go back and see what's going on with Jackie. So Jackie, whatever it is, I'm sorry I missed it. I promise I'll go back and read it. But wow, must be way bigger than a sore throat because, yeah, sounds like it. So anyway, so I wrote this one to me. Read me when you are stuck in a plateau. So what's likely to happen when I get stuck in a plateau and I think, oh my gosh, you know, I'm never going to lose this weight, or, you know, like when I get so much above goal and it just seems to be sticking, and I think, forget it. You know, I mean, there are days, and even though Kathy's been doing this for 9 years, has been successful, lifetime member for 9 years, I'm on my 4th year, there are still days that I think, I just can't do this. I cannot do this. What is wrong with me? What went wrong? So guess what? When I'm stuck in one of those plateaus, or when I'm stuck a little bit above, a little bit higher above goal than I am comfortable with, then I can pull out this read me when you are stuck in a plateau, because I know, this is the note I wrote to myself, hi me, yeah, I want y'all to write one of these. Hi me, remember the last time you broke through a stubborn spot? You, colon, and I put little check marks and I highlighted them. You measured and remeasured. So I have to remind myself, the last time you broke through one of those stubborn spots where you were, stuck in a spot, you measured and remeasured, and guess what? You had the creep. Yeah, and what I mean by the creep is, like, when I go back and measure I'm really bad to get the creep on peanut butter. So when I went back and, got out my spoonful of peanut butter that I thought was a tablespoon, yeah, my spoon had crept to almost 2 tablespoons. Yeah, and I was writing down 1 tablespoon. So measured and remeasured to make sure that I'm measuring everything correctly. You tracked everything. Tracking works. I hate to say it, for those of you who don't want to track, tracking really does work. But even if I put something in my mouth that's more points than I wanted, at least, if you get it written down, sometimes it's not as bad as you thought it was, and you can go back and say, okay, that day's done. Tomorrow is a new day. We get a new set of points every single day. So, you got your steps in every day. When I'm having trouble with a plateau, I have to remember, oh, the last time I broke through, I made sure I got my steps in every single day. Every single day. And Kathy says she buys extra measuring cups and keeps them where she uses them, like her oatmeal box, her cereal box, etc. Awesome. Okay, you drank lots of water. Guess what? When you drink lots, oh, and wow, Sybil says we had over 90 viewers, yay. Drank lots of water. When you drink lots of water, you also get extra steps in, and it fills you up. And sometimes when I think I'm hungry, I'm just thirsty. Yeah. And I cut out sodium. So sodium goes hand in hand with the water. So when I'm on a stubborn, when I hit a stubborn spot, and I'm going to go back and look at this to remember I measured and remeasured, tracked every day, got your steps in every day, drank lots of water, and cut out sodium. And guess what? And it worked. And I know this is backwards, but it says, and it worked. To remind me that it works. If I'll go back to my basics, it works. It really will work. Okay. What they wanted us to do, and then I do have a quick story to tell you that goes along with the eggs. And I better get rid of the cough drop for this, or I'm not gonna be able to taste them. Okay. So in your weekly, it says write a letter to your future self. Okay, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to write a letter, and Susie wants to know what all the benefits. What are the benefits of all our water? I'll try to answer that in a few minutes because we're gonna keep going, real quick. Sorry, because we're gonna run out of time. But they wanted us to write a letter to our future self. So, like, I would be writing a letter to myself. Okay, what I want you to do, I don't want you to write a letter to yourself. I want you to write a letter to your friend, or just pretend it's one of us here. So I want you all to say one thing. I want everybody, all 92 of you right now, I want you all to say one thing on here that if anybody else on here said, I'm having a problem today with, I don't know, let's just pick something. I don't want to track today. I don't feel like tracking today. How would you answer that person? I want every single one of you, there are 90 of you now, so I've scared off 2 people. I want every single one of you to type in here, whether you type it in right now or you type it in later, if you're watching this later, or if you're watching this on YouTube, but I want you to type something in here. What would you tell somebody else? So if somebody right now on this chat said, I just don't feel like tracking anymore, what advice would you give them? So tell me what advice you would give them. Okay, while y'all are typing those, I'm going to start cutting these eggs so that I can taste test them. So this one is, I'm going to call it fakin' bacon. That's what we used to, call it for my mom. Okay, y'all are writing some good ones. Okay, and then a turkey bacon, and then my regular one. Okay, and I'll tell y'all why I'm trying this here in just a second. Okay, yep, okay, let's talk about tomorrow. It's a new day tomorrow. Tracking does work. You can do it. Do it for your kids and grandkids so you can be with them longer. Okay, I'm gonna try this real quick while y'all are typing. This is the fakin' bacon. That's actually not bad. Okay, y'all are coming up with some great ones. Okay, I'll post this later on here what this is, but the fakin' bacon is not bad. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this in just a second. Y'all keep typing because you're coming up with some good ones. Okay, and this is the turkey bacon. This is the bacon scotch egg recipe that's on www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. I tried it with bacon. It's called smart bacon. I tried it with smart bacon. I'm gonna try it real quick with turkey bacon, and then I'll explain why. Sorry for all the chewing noise. Really good. The turkey bacon's really good. Okay, so here's why. Sorry, hold on. Okay, and then somebody don't let me forget to circle back around to what you all are saying to somebody else here. Okay, the reason I just tried the Scotch bacon eggs, and the reason that it is so important to me, my new reason that it's so important to me that you all do this that you bounce back and that you don't give up, because one of our employees, and I'm going to try not to get verklempt, one of our employees who is also a friend, has been on every strange diet that there is. He's a big guy, and we all love him. He was absolutely fine at work on Friday, and his wife called me on Friday night, and he'd had a heart attack. He's okay. He's had one stent done, and he's going to have, he had a 100% blockage, a 90% blockage, and 2 75s, I think. We really almost lost him Friday. If his wife had not insisted that he go on to the hospital, I don't think he'd be here. He eats trash. I mean, he eats fast food all day, high sodium. He goes on weird, crazy diets. He'll do like this soup diet where he eats soup all day long, or a low carb diet where he eats just tons and tons and tons and tons of meat, and he's not eating anything else. He's okay right now, but he's got a long road ahead of him, and he's gonna have, I don't know, he's just got a long road ahead of him. What we've been through emotionally this weekend with him, and with trying to deal with that. Yeah, and see, Jordan says she's never going to go get him fast food again because she can't imagine, working without him. It's extremely important to me that you all bounce back. I know it's hard. If this was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's so much easier, though, than any other plan that I've ever done. I mean, it's critical that you all do this. It's critical that you all bounce back. It's critical that you don't, it's funny, we like to joke about it, turning our wagon over and setting it on fire or whatever, when we've had a bad day. But, he was getting ready to have a really bad day, and his family was getting ready to have a really bad day. And all of us at work were getting ready to have a really bad day. I really need y'all to bounce back. So for the people that are having a bad day, for the people that are having a hard day, for the people that are stuck in a rut, for the people that don't think they want to track, anymore, this is a lot more than, Weight Watchers is a lot more than weight loss. I can't tell you how healthy I feel. I don't know. It's just really, really important. So that kind of sad, sappy story was to say, that's why I taste tested the, a couple of different versions of the bacon scotch eggs, because I need to know that I can make some things, and we can make some things there in the showroom that Tracy's going to be able to eat, because we want him to be around for a long time. Y'all know how much I love my bacon scotch eggs. The ones with the full fat bacon on them, I can't bring those for her. I can't bring those for him anymore. The turkey version or the smart bacon version, I don't think I'm going to talk him into eating the smart bacon version, but the turkey version is 0 saturated fat. 0 saturated fat. How fun could that be for him? Don't you know he's sitting there in the hospital right now knowing that he's got to get another stent tomorrow? And I've got to go back and read what's going on with Liz too. But anyway, knowing what's going on, or knowing that he's got another surgery tomorrow, and hopefully he's going to be okay. He's still got a long road ahead, but don't you think he's sitting there thinking, that's it, I'm only going to eat celery, celery and carrots for the rest of my life. So how awesome would it be that because I've listened and paid attention, and you all have helped so much, with ingredients and ideas, and whatever, if I can show up with bacon scotch eggs that are made with the turkey bacon and have 0 saturated fat, and it has nutritional yeast, surely that heals all. But anyway, how awesome is that, that because of the experience and talking to you all and us sharing ideas, that I can actually offer one simple thing like that, and that we can that we can share things like that in the showroom so that we can all be healthier. Okay, last thing, because it is 9:03. So thank you for listening to my short, sappy story. I want y'all to know that I care very much about you. And so the notes that you all wrote to someone else who's that's struggling on Weight Watchers, guess what? That was a note to yourself. So the next time you find yourself thinking, I don't want to track, I don't feel like tracking, it's not fair, why do I have to track, and why does nobody else have to track? Whatever the note is that you just wrote to somebody else, that's your note to you. So go find your note cards. Go find your note cards, whatever note cards you're going to use, a letter, whatever you want to do. To me, note cards are faster. You know, y'all know me. I always have the note cards. And that's funny. Susie asked about nutritional yeast, and Nicole said there's a chat for that. That's a running joke. And Susie, I promise I will answer in a second. But yeah, so almost everything that somebody has a question for, there's just a running joke of there's a chat for that, because there's a chat for almost everything. But anyway, so on your card, whatever you answered, whatever you put on here, and Christy's right, it's kind of nutty cheesy. Yeah, it's like Parmesan and panko it's like they had a baby. It's really good. But anyway, so on your note, write, don't want to track today, or something. Read me on a day when you don't want to track. And then on the back, write what happens when you do track, so that you can pull that out and you can talk yourself off the ceiling. It's always great to call somebody else. It's always great if you can find a friend. It's always great if you can join a chat when you're feeling that way. There's lots of other resources. But these notes, right there with you. Right there with you. Okay. So, guess what your homework is for this week? Does anybody want to guess? Yeah. Your homework is to make a card. You don't have to write a whole letter. You know, our weekly wants us to write an entire letter to ourselves. You can do that. If you're a letter writer, awesome, do it. I'm not a letter writer. Yeah, so I'm doing the note cards. So your homework for this week is to write, yes, Sybil said it, write yourself a note. Christy, write yourself a note. Yes. So I don't know how many of you all, and I'm going to go back and check, but however many of you all that already posted a note on here for somebody else, that is your note to yourself. So you just need to record it for yourself, and your homework will be done. Your homework will be accomplished. Okay, so my voice is waning. I promised John that I would feed him supper after we got done. I gave him a little tiny snack before, but I promised him supper after we got done. So I'm going to go ahead and say, do your homework. Thank you for loving on each other. Be good girls this week, and guys. We have a couple of guys. And oh, wait, Dusty's sitting here waiting to be seen. Hold on, here, buddy. He has been patiently sitting here. Oh, you know, the last couple of weeks he's been asleep, but this week he knows that the eggs are up here, and I used the eggs that I got at Costco, and you know, there's two in each little package. So he got one of the eggs chopped up, and now can you see his nose? You know, he's like, I don't care if it's bacon. It's called Smart Bacon. He goes, I don't care if it's Smart Bacon, Turkey Bacon, or Bacon. I want another egg. So yeah, he's more interested in the eggs than he is in you all. But anyway, Dusty walked with me twice today, so he should be in good shape and should be ready for a nap. But everybody have a great week, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye.